Picture this, a vast golden grassland stretching endlessly toward the horizon, where over 2 million animals thunder across ancient plains in the greatest wildlife spectacle on Earth, while snow-capped peaks pierce African skies and predators lurk in waters waiting for their moment to strike. This is East Africa, a realm where nature stages its most dramatic performances daily, and every sunrise reveals landscapes so breathtaking they seem almost impossible. East Africa isn't just a destination, it's a living, breathing masterpiece carved by volcanic forces, sculpted by time, and animated by wildlife found nowhere else on the planet. From the sweeping savannas of the Serengeti to the mirror-like crater floors of Ngorongoro, from flamingo-painted lakes to rainforests echoing with primate calls, this region contains some of the most biodiverse and visually stunning ecosystems Earth has to offer. The Great Savannah, where grass meets glory. The East African savanna is not merely grassland. It's a finely tuned ecosystem that covers more than half of the region's landscape, creating what many consider the quintessential African vista. These aren't monotonous flatlands. They're dynamic theaters where scattered acacia trees cast umbrella-shaped shadows across golden plains, where massive baobab trees stand like ancient sentinels with their swollen trunks and gnarled branches reaching skyward. The savanna ecosystem thrives on a delicate balance of seasonal rainfall, fire, and the presence of large herbivores that actually help maintain the open landscapes. During the wet season, these grasslands transform into lush green carpets dotted with wildflowers, while the dry season paints them in shades of gold and amber that glow impossibly bright at sunset. This seasonal transformation drives one of the most remarkable phenomena in the natural world, the greatest show on Earth, the Great Migration. Hold your breath, because what happens next is nothing short of extraordinary. Every year, approximately 1.5 million wildebeest, accompanied by 300,000 zebras and countless gazelles, embark on an 800-kilometer circular journey following the rains in search of fresh grazing and water. This isn't a simple migration. It's a perpetual cycle of life, death, and survival that has been unfolding for over 1.5 million years. The migration follows a clockwise route through Tanzania's Serengeti and Kenya's Masai Mara. In January and February, the southern Serengeti plains near the Ngorongoro Conservation Area witness the calving season, when approximately 8,000 wildebeest calves are born every single day. The nutrient-rich grasses here provide essential nourishment for mothers and their newborns, though this abundance also attracts predators in droves. By May and June, the massive herds begin moving northward through the western corridor of the Serengeti, approaching their first deadly obstacle, the Grumeti River. But the most dramatic scenes unfold between July and October along the Mara River, where the Kenya-Tanzania border becomes nature's most intense battleground. Drama at the Mara, when nature shows no mercy. Here's where things get absolutely riveting. The Mara River crossings represent some of the most spectacular and perilous moments in the natural world. Wildebeest and zebras gather in their thousands along the riverbanks, building up courage while predators position themselves for the feast ahead. Beneath the murky waters, Nile crocodiles, some of Africa's largest freshwater predators, lie in wait with infinite patience. These massive reptiles, which can measure over 5 meters long, have been anticipating this moment for months. When the herds finally plunge into the swirling waters, chaos erupts. Crocodiles launch powerful attacks, using their muscular tails for propulsion and their bone-crushing jaws to drag prey underwater in a deadly roll. But the threats don't stop there. On the riverbanks, lions position themselves strategically, targeting animals weakened or injured during the crossing. Leopards lurk in the shadows, their spotted coats providing perfect camouflage as they wait to ambush stragglers. Above, fish eagles circle, and aggressive hippos, with their massive jaws and territorial nature, add another layer of danger to these crossings. The river itself presents hazards. Strong currents can sweep away weaker animals, slippery banks cause injuries, and in the crush of thousands of bodies, some wildebeest simply drown in the chaos. Yet the herds keep coming, driven by ancient instinct, with thousands successfully crossing to continue their journey northward into the Masai Mara. Predators of the plains, masters of the hunt. The savanna's predators have evolved into specialized killing machines, each with distinct hunting strategies that minimize competition. Lions, the dominant terrestrial predators, are primarily nocturnal hunters that rely on teamwork and power. A lion pride operates like a coordinated military unit, with females doing most of the hunting while males defend territory. They use tall grasses for concealment, moving slowly toward prey before launching explosive charges. By weight, lions are responsible for approximately 65% of all prey killed on the savanna. Leopards, by contrast, are solitary stealth specialists that hunt under the cover of darkness. Their rosette-patterned coats provide exceptional camouflage in forests and riverine bushes. What makes leopards truly remarkable is their incredible strength. They can drag prey weighing up to 200 pounds up into trees, where they feast undisturbed by lions and hyenas that would otherwise steal their kills. Leopards spend much of their time in trees, sleeping during the day and descending at night to hunt medium-sized prey like impalas, warthogs, and baboons. Then there's the cheetah, built for pure speed rather than strength. Capable of reaching speeds exceeding 120 kilometers per hour in short bursts, cheetahs are the fastest land animals on Earth. Unlike their larger cousins, cheetahs hunt during daylight hours, surveying open plains from elevated positions like termite mounds before selecting targets up to 5 kilometers away. They stalk within 50 to 100 meters before unleashing their legendary sprint, using their forepaw to trip prey rather than leaping onto it. Because cheetahs lack the strength to defend kills from larger predators, they eat quickly in isolated locations before lions or hyenas arrive. The Big Five and beyond, a wildlife treasury. East Africa proudly showcases the Big Five: lion, leopard, elephant, buffalo, and rhinoceros. But the region's wildlife diversity extends far beyond these iconic species. The African elephant, the world's largest land mammal, exhibits remarkable intelligence and complex social structures. Females live in tight-knit matrilineal families where knowledge passes from generation to generation, while males roam alone or in bachelor groups. Elephants require 16 to 20 hours of waking time daily, mostly spent feeding, and they demonstrate empathy, problem-solving abilities, and even mourning behaviors. In northern Kenya's Samburu region, visitors can witness the Special Five, unique species rarely found elsewhere. The reticulated giraffe with its distinctive geometric patterns, the Grevy's zebra with narrower stripes, the long-necked Gerenuk antelope that stands on hind legs to reach high brows, the Besa oryx with its impressive straight horns, and the blue-skinned Somali ostrich. The Ngorongoro crater stands as one of the best places on the continent to observe the critically endangered black rhinoceros. This massive volcanic caldera provides a natural enclosure with high predator density and easier viewing opportunities than almost anywhere else in Africa. Geological marvels, landscapes forged by fire. But wait, because East Africa's visual drama isn't limited to its wildlife. The region's landscapes tell a geological story spanning millions of years. The East African Rift Valley, one of Earth's most extensive geological features, stretches approximately 6,400 kilometers from Jordan in southwestern Asia through eastern Africa to Mozambique. This active continental rift zone is literally tearing the African continent apart as the Somalian and Nubian tectonic plates separate at a rate of 6 to 7 millimeters per year. This rifting, which began approximately 25 million years ago, has created a landscape of dramatic contrasts. Ngorongoro, Africa's Eden. Among East Africa's geological wonders, the Ngorongoro crater stands supreme. Formed approximately 2.5 million years ago, when a massive volcano, nearly the size of present-day Kilimanjaro, collapsed inward after a catastrophic eruption, this caldera creates a natural amphitheater approximately 20 kilometers in diameter and 610 meters deep. The crater floor covers 260 square kilometers and supports approximately 25,000 wild animals year-round. Lakes, mirrors of the sky. The East African Rift Valley has created a chain of lakes that add yet another dimension to the region's scenic magnificence. Lake Victoria, shared between Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya, is Africa's largest lake by area and the world's second-largest freshwater lake. This massive water body supports unique ecosystems and thousands of endemic fish species, particularly cichlids, found nowhere else on Earth. Lake Tanganyika, the world's second deepest lake at 1.5 kilometers, stretches 676 kilometers, making it also the world's longest lake. Its crystal-clear waters harbor astonishing biodiversity, with many species existing only in this ancient lake that formed as the Rift Valley deepened. Wings above, the avian kingdom. Speaking of birds, East Africa is an ornithologist's paradise, with over 1,300 bird species recorded in the region. The African fish eagle, with its iconic call often described as the voice of Africa, presides over lakes and rivers, swooping down with powerful talons to snatch fish from the water. The gray-crowned crane, Uganda's national bird, performs elaborate courtship dances in wetlands, its golden feathered crown making it one of Africa's most photographed birds. Ancient forests, a different African story. East Africa surprises many visitors with its lush mountain rainforests, presenting a dramatically different landscape from the stereotypical savanna. The Bwindi impenetrable forest in Uganda represents one of Africa's oldest rainforests, a place where towering trees draped with vines create a dense emerald canopy. This UNESCO World Heritage Site harbors approximately half of the world's remaining mountain gorillas, one of the planet's rarest and most elusive primates. Trekking through Bwindi's steep, mist-shrouded slopes to encounter a family of mountain gorillas represents a profound, almost sacred wildlife experience. The Masai, guardians of the land. East Africa's conservation story cannot be told without acknowledging the Masai people, whose traditional lands overlap with some of the region's most biodiverse areas. For centuries, the Masai have practiced a pastoral lifestyle that naturally supports wildlife conservation. Their traditional grazing practices, which involve rotational land use and protection of water sources, biodiversity hotspots, endemic treasures. East Africa's varied topography and ancient landscapes have created conditions for remarkable endemism, species found nowhere else on Earth. The newly designated Southeast Africa Montane Archipelago contains over 127 endemic plant species and 90 endemic vertebrate and invertebrate species discovered across isolated mountain ranges. The region's ancient forests, montane grasslands, and unique microclimates have allowed species to evolve in isolation, creating biological treasures increasingly threatened by deforestation and climate change. The Virunga Mountains, home to mountain gorillas, golden monkeys, and numerous endemic plants, represent another critical biodiversity hotspot where conservation efforts focus on protecting rapidly disappearing habitats. East Africa holds approximately 10% of the world's fish species in its Rift Valley lakes alone, underscoring the region's global significance for biodiversity. Conservation challenges, the price of paradise. This paradise faces serious threats. Rapid population growth, agricultural expansion, and climate change create unprecedented pressures on wildlife habitats. Traditional wet and dry seasons have become increasingly unpredictable, disrupting animal migration patterns and putting stress on ecosystems adapted to reliable rainfall cycles. Human-wildlife conflict increases as agricultural lands encroach on traditional wildlife corridors, leading to retaliatory killings when predators take livestock. Poaching, particularly for ivory and rhino horn, has devastated some elephant and rhino populations. The timeless drama continues. As the sun sets over the savanna, painting acacia silhouettes black against skies ablaze with orange, pink, and purple, the drama of East Africa continues its timeless cycle. Elephants gather at waterholes, their massive forms reflected in mirror-still waters. Lions rouse themselves for the night's hunt, their roars echoing across the plains. In the crater below, herds settle for the night while nocturnal predators begin their prowl. East Africa isn't just a place. It's where Earth showcases its greatest creative achievements. It's where tectonic forces literally reshape continents, where evolution produces endless variations on the theme of survival, where millions of animals undertake perilous journeys following instincts older than human civilization. It's where snow-capped peaks defy tropical latitude, where lakes stretch to horizons like inland seas, where forests ancient beyond measure shelter our closest living relatives. From the sweeping grasslands where predators stalk and prey flee, to volcanic calderas teeming with life, from flamingo-pink lakes to rainforest canopies alive with primate calls, East Africa delivers nature at its most raw, most beautiful, and most unforgiving. This is the Africa that captures imaginations and changes lives, a place where witnessing sunrise over the Serengeti or locking eyes with a mountain gorilla becomes not just a memory, but a profound connection to something far larger than ourselves. The plains await, the mountains call, the wildlife performs its eternal drama. East Africa, breathtaking, brutal, and beautiful beyond words, stands ready to unveil its wonders to those willing to venture into one of Earth's last great wild places.